Hey guys, welcome to Brian's Man Cave. Sorry, I'm just setting up right now. But yeah, so I'm doing some streaming of Legend of Zelda Part 2. I've been playing The Legend of Zelda 1 now for about, I think, 3 streams already. And I think I'm at about level 6, maybe 7, somewhere around there. And I just kind of felt like playing something different. And I've been also thinking about The Legend of Zelda 2, which was also one of those games that I played a lot. Uh, I always liked it. In fact, I like it when I don't play it for a period of time and then I forget where everything is, just like I do with Zelda. And then I have to kind of run back into it and remember everything. And like I know with Zelda, a lot of the secrets I kind of remember. Well, Zelda 2, anyways. A lot of the secrets I do remember, but there's a bunch that just kind of get foggy. And the thing with Zelda 2 is it's a lot more difficult of a game. As far as like the action is concerned, as far as the actual battle sequences, um, there's just so many difficult characters that makes it really difficult. So yeah, so I know I always have that kind of issue. But anyways, yeah, I just want to get this going and start playing some Zelda 2. So I'm going to start a completely new game on this one. And hope I don't get really messed. Let's see. B. Brian's Man Cave. End. And there we go. Yes, now I remember. Okay, so you got to build up your attack, you got to build up your magic, and you got to build up your life. Yeah. Zelda looks a little, oh, not Zelda, Link looks a little bit different in this one. And yeah, there's Princess Zelda. So let's just move along. I remember in the beginning you don't get much of an attack. You literally just have your stab. Oh yeah, map level you don't have anything. You have to do the grind game. It's just like in Dragon Warrior for the Nintendo. You gotta do the grind game. Although typically I try to just go for the easy guys at the beginning, because Link is pretty weak in the very beginning. I mean, just taking down a Moblin is a challenge alone. How's it going, Rex? Glad you can make it. Cannot be up all night. No, neither can I. I don't think I'll be streaming this for very long, maybe like an hour. So Rex is suggesting that I go out to the forest and get the 50 experience bag. Then the candle to get the heart container. Now, was it this forest? Is there like a secret? Sometimes these guys drive you nuts when you just want to like explore. This is what I like when I forget a lot of things, because then it gets you back to when you first played the game and you didn't know anything. It's like, where is everything? It's gotta be around here somewhere, right? There's a secret here? Am I wrong? Stay on the road. Yeah. The road keeps you safe. I don't need that. The single tile forest on the roadside has the bag. Huh, okay. Moblins, there was no experience. Single tile forest. Where would that be? Ah! I'm safe. Oh, there! Ah! Of course, I've already lost a bunch of life points. Yes. Now, is it better to go for life? Yeah, I guess so. Because you can hold on to them, right? And then you can choose if you want magic or I guess it makes more sense to go for life in the beginning. So, I can always go into the town and refuel myself. I think this town would have a person in there that... Usually, most of the towns have that. Right there. Please let me help you. Come inside. Yay! Now, what else happens in the town? Is it just... Okay, that's the magic lady. Probably just a bunch of people telling you stuff. Oh, you're useful. This arrow? Yeah, I remember him. He's useless for a very long time. I think somebody tells you to go speak to Arrow or something. Gloria of Tandari stole our trophies. Oh yeah, okay, so you gotta go into one of the caves, find the trophy. Then you bring it back and she gives you something good. Usually it's like a... one of those guys that gives you like a special skill or something. Use keys in the palace there found it. It's pretty obvious. Yeah, do not go south without a candle. Yeah, that makes sense, because you start going into those caves and you can't see anything. And that south would be this cave, I believe, down here. I don't want to go here, because you can't see anything in there and they just attack you and you get screwed. Ah, I should have stayed on the path. Oh. Stupid moblins. I just like how this game is just so much different. You know, if they just didn't just, you know, create another duplicate of the Zelda game, the first one. Hey, it's Carlsberg. How you doing? I'm deciding to kick my ass with some Zelda 2. I don't know if I should go to the cave or I should go to the, there's something down here too. I think the cave is where the, I think that's where you get the trophy, right? There's something down here, right? Maybe this is the heart container? I don't know. Oh, I need the candle. I think. So, Carlsberg review is saying she's not really familiar with this one, but it looks like fun. Yeah, this is definitely a much different game. If you've ever played the original Zelda, or if you played Zelda on the Super Nintendo, like Zelda 1 and the Super Nintendo one are very similar. Graphics are obviously different, but whereas this one kind of gives you more of this, almost like an RPG style. Oh, crap. Looks like all of these things require the candle. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this without it. I'm just going to keep dying. Where do I get the candle from? Do I have to go into the palace or something? No. Maybe I have to just go through one without the candle. Okay, let's just try down here. I feel like I'm such a novice at this right now. But like Rex was actually just saying in the chat, this game does require a lot of patience and timing. And knowing which one to execute first. You know, not having that candle is a pain in the butt. But you don't want to go into the wrong cave where you can fall into a cliff easily. So if you haven't played this game before, if you're not familiar with this game, in that there's nothing south. Am I going for nothing here? Oh no, I'm getting killed. There's gotta be something here. This isn't in vain. Oh, magic. I got magic, but I don't have any spells. So this might have been a waste of time. Oh! Yeah. Alright. Let's just get out of here. Okay, yeah, so if you're not familiar with this game, there's those two little icons that show up in the map world. One's a little blobby, and the other one looks like this creature thing. So the little blob, that's the creature. So the creatures are harder villains, essentially. Forgot I can't stab yet, or can't stab down or up. Yeah, Carlsberg is mentioning that Rex has a baller memory. Yes, he seems to know a lot, or remember a lot of this stuff. It's like he plays it all the time or something. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this. I hope this is where the candle is. Or am I wasting my time on this? Is this where the trophy is? What is that? You stupid Ganon. I love how that's the only place where he actually shows up in this game. When you die. You never get to kill him or anything. Oh boy. I don't know if I should be trying this still. I mean, it seems you can't get past this. Oh, there it is. I guess if you hit them, they show up. Alright, the trophy. Oh, hey, Die Hard Gamer Bros, what's happening? I'm punishing myself with some Zelda 2. I haven't played this game in a long time, so... Yeah, the secret of this game is to not run into everything. That's true. It'll help when I have the candle eventually. Well, I found the trophy, so I know I can go back into here. And go to that person who said they lost the trophy. And get something. I don't know what, but I'm gonna get it. I think she's in here. Hey. Come get your trophy. Give me something good. Come see my uncle. Alright. Uncle. With this, you can jump very high. Oh, hey, how's it going, Mr. Postile? Yeah. That's it, yeah. I have to, I'm not gonna be up all night either. So have a good sleep, and, that's rough. You gotta go to work in 5 hours? Ugh. Oh, that gave me the jump power. Okay, so where's the dang candle? Maybe I have to go... south. I don't think there's a palace anywhere, is there? So I have that's the trophy. Is there anywhere else I can go? Can't go up there. Ah, go away, go away, go away! This one here. How far am I in this game? I literally just started. Like I literally just 10 minutes ago. Brand new game. Oh, what's in this town? go speak to these people. Return the crystal to the palace in Parappa. I always like how this game, being, you know, the second Zelda, kind of is like Castlevania 2. Follows, fails, use fire. Alright. You know, Castlevania 2 also had this feel to it, where you had to go into the towns and talk to the townspeople, and you can go into certain areas to get healed. It's like they always wanted the second game to be completely different than the first game, but then when they make the third game, they decide to go back to the drawing board and make the third game more like the first game, which they did with Castlevania. If you play Castlevania 3, it's a lot more like Castlevania, the first one. And same with Zelda, the third one. I don't know if the Game Boy one came out before the Super Nintendo, but it was more like the, both of them are more like the first Zelda, not this one. What does she want? Okay. I'll go talk with her father. Why is that lady walking all hunched? The orange shirt? I don't trust her. Yeah, that orange lady that's hunched over, she's the person who gives you magic. When you run out of magic, you go see the hunched old lady with the, And Parappa does use this magic to survive. Shield. Shield is one of those spells, you just kind of get a little bit more armor, I guess. You can handle a little bit more attacks. Nothing glorious. Is that all there is in this town? Oh, the little boy. Get candle in Parappa Palace. Go west. Ooh. You never. Oh, Diehard Gamer Bros says he can understand trying something different, but this doesn't work as a side-scroller game, and you never finished Castlevania 2. Castlevania 2 is just cryptic. That's all it is. In fact, I always found that the enemies in Castlevania 2 are pretty simple. They don't take much to kill. Like most of them, they're pretty easy. And doing the grind game is, you know, fairly simple. Come back here, fairy, 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 fairy. Ah. I was told to go west. But, okay. But I guess I don't have a choice. I have to go west. That's where the candle is. Which is weird. It told me not to go south without the candle. Where's the damn candle? It's in the palace. You said go west. West is to the left. Which is over here. The thing with, like I was saying, the thing with Castlevania 2 is there's a lot of cryptic stuff in there, and you almost have to, like, look it up. Ow. Am I supposed to be in here? This is a mistake. Oh. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna make this. I don't think I'm gonna make this at all. So let's, okay, I'm dying. I'm dying! The castle and the heart container are in the East Cave. East Cave. Go to the East Cave. Where's the East Cave? Is it east? I think it's east. There's also a dark cave. We're going here. Ah! Dark. Okay. What do I have to do? That lady said the, candles in the east, in the Parappa Palace. But I guess I still have to go through that, maybe I should, do I need to do a spell? It's like my mind is just not working anymore. I don't remember where I had to go. Okay, let's try this. Put on a shield. I see something there. Okay. I do believe... Oh, jeez. That guy. Die! Luke M. I'm doing good, how are you? Thanks for joining in. Oh, I'm getting my butt kicked though. Sadly. Thought I was at the end of the cave. Apparently I wasn't. No, not another one! This level's not fun. I don't have enough magic. No! Oh, there it goes. Just wasn't pushing the right buttons. Let's try and take this slow. Yeah, it's actually been a long time since I played, tried to play this game again. And that's what I like. I like going back into these games and then having zero memory of half of the stuff. Makes the game fun again. Am I out? Am I out? No! No more of this torture. Ow. Ow. Oh yeah. I don't know if I'm wasting my time going here or not. Okay, I'm out of there, but I have no life left. Which really sucks. So that means I can't pretty much go into anything that's going to kill me. Oh! Fairy! Whew. That did it. Okay. That is what we call luck. However, I'm out of magic. I'm looking for the first tower. Ow, ow. Leave me alone. Oh yeah, I remember now. Some of these things pull you in and there's like experience bags and stuff. Ooh. Magic. Use some more magic. Life is better, but hey, take what I can get. I know some of these are just empty. There is one that does have like a 100 experience bag or something like that. And it's not that one. Ooh. I really like when you get to learn the new skills and you can actually like stab up and down. It really makes killing these things a lot easier. Bacon creepy. Quick question, if you have a moment. Does Nintendo mess with you for playing this copyright speaking? Yes! Actually, I just did 3 streams of the regular Zelda game. or not regular, the first one, and every one of them I got the copyright claim. I mean, in most cases, they're just... Whoops. Could have got that. In most cases, they're just being like, you know, we're monitoring your video or whatever. I guess they want to make sure you're not making a ton of money off of it, and then they want to stick ads on it. You're not in trouble in any way. They're not really telling you to take it down. I learned about those pretty quickly, about the whole... damn, I wish I had the heal spell. Oh well. About the copyright with Nintendo. When I first got it, I kind of was like, what is going on? You know, why am I getting this email? What is this? What's happening? And a lot of people said the same thing on, you know, Facebook and Twitter and stuff. They were like, oh yeah, Nintendo always does that. Thank you, Joyce Editions. Oh, so Carlsberg Review is mentioning Steam, saying that there's no copyright issues there. And Rex is saying, because of Nintendo's behavior on YouTube, Nintendo will not get 1 red cent out of me. So Bacon saying, thanks for the reply. He just wants to play some Metroid. Hey, Metroid, yeah. I actually have that game, too. I don't think I'm very good at it. That might be reserved for Watch Me Suck at this game. I think I'm wasting my time here, because by the time I get through all this mess, I'm probably just going to die and be sent right back to the very beginning. I don't even think I have any life left. I'm really hurting here. Sucks getting all this magic. Sucks getting all this magic when you don't have the life spell, because then you can use the magic up to heal yourself at least. So I'm in this palace now. Yeah, you know, at first with the whole Nintendo copyright thing, I kind of was like upset by it, because when I did my, when I first started streaming, I did, Super Mario Brothers 3, and I think that's when I got my first that copyright thing, and that was at the time when I still was able to put the monetization on my videos, and I thought that was the reason why I got the copyright claim, was because I put monetization on it, and they didn't like that. You know, I played like a 4-hour stream where I literally just like played every single level almost of Mario 3. And at the end of it, I got this copyright thing. And so I was like, you know, this is bullshit. But it turns out it has nothing to do with monetization. Because you know, I stopped monetizing once YouTube put out that we're not letting the people with less than 1,000 subscribers monetize. Oh, that really sucked. Now I'm back here. I guess I'm at the beginning again. And so I stopped monetizing my videos at that point, going, okay, well, I wasn't making any money anyways. I mean, I've been doing videos now since what, September of 2016. I was monetizing, oops, I don't need to go here. I was monetizing ever since, and I think I made about $27. And the pathetic thing is, you can't even claim that money. You can't claim anything from YouTube unless you have at least $1,000. Or $100 before you can claim anything. So it was kind of you know, it didn't really matter. And now that $27, because I can't monetize anymore, is just going to sit there until I can monetize, which is not going to be for a very long time, because, you know, not only do you have to hit that 1,000 subscribers, you also have to have like 4,000 watch time, which means you have to be pumping out videos all the time. And currently I only put out like 2 videos a week. And I don't get that much watch time. So it just seems like forget it. The whole monetization thing is done. I mean, whatever. So I can't make my 10 cents. So Bacon Creepy saying, I imagine games by Capcom and Konami from the NES era are still cool since they retain their licenses. Yeah, I played the Ninja Turtles game. I think that, what is that? Is that Capcom? Who does the Ninja Turtles? Yeah, but I did a stream of Ninja Turtles, didn't get hit. I even did Punch-Out, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and I didn't get no copyright claim on that one, for whatever reason. Yeah, exactly, Die Hard. It's like, you don't make much, but yeah, every little penny helps. I mean, we are, in a sense, people who are into a lot of the older games, or even the newer games, and it does cost money, and you know, to make videos and to come up with new content all the time, you do need to invest money into it. It's not, you know, free. And I know most people will say, whatever, you know, it's my hobby, I'm going to spend the money on it anyways, regardless. And that's true. I mean, we do. We do. And it's an interesting debate on whether people who do YouTube videos should be making any money. And there are some people who say we shouldn't. They should, you know, they should say, oh, you know, you should just be playing it for, you know, fun, or you should just be doing your videos for fun, or whatever. And it's just a hobby, but I mean, it's like anything. When you spend time and effort and money into something, and it's nice to see something out of it, not just your own fulfillment. Ah, I'm gonna die. What's that? Carlsberg is saying, I don't think I'll ever make money from this. Right now, I'm not trying any money making until after I know I'm approved for the disability or not. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I think in the end, we all the small YouTubers anyways, we know we're not going to make any money. We're not going to make much. And in the grand scheme of things, making a couple $100 is not going to really matter, right? You'd still do it regardless. I think most of us will do this regardless. I think even when YouTube first started, a lot of creators didn't make any money in the beginning anyways. So, you know, people just did it for their own amusement or their own fun. It's like a side thing that you do for fun. I feel like I'm lost here. Ooh, a fairy. Totally needed that. That was a surprise. I'm just gonna keep wandering around. I think the candle might be in this palace. Perhaps I tried to go to the far palace. That was kind of dumb. But you know, I think it's just, we are content creators. People do like to watch our stuff, and there shouldn't be any shame or any kind of guilt in trying to make a little bit of money off of it. Like, I don't like it when people right away jump into that whole, you know, well, you shouldn't make any money off of this is just your hobby. Like, I think that that's kind of a negative approach. Nobody expects movie stars or singers or any other people in the entertainment world to work for free. Like, it's just... Oh, yeah. Brad Zero, how's it going? Thanks for dropping by. I'm just getting my butt kicked in Zelda 2 right now. I mean, I'm not terrible at this game, but there's a lot of things I forgot, so it makes it more interesting. And I'm sure it's more fun for you guys to watch me screw up and you could smack your face while I go in the wrong directions or do something stupid. Google makes money off of its argument. It's silly. That's true. I mean, people do make money off of your videos regardless, right? But you know, now that they've changed it with this whole, you know, pretty much only the big YouTubers now making money. And that's probably what they want to focus on. And I've heard a lot of arguments about, you know, people saying things like, you know, it makes more sense for the health of YouTube knocks out a lot of those nonsense channels where people aren't actually, you know, really doing any meaningful content. They're just doing it for money. And I can see that. I don't like the idea of all these YouTube channels popping up just to make people money. Like, that's just wrong. Like, if you're not doing it because you enjoy doing it, that's just wrong. And that's just taking advantage of it. Like, it's just... And they're the ones that end up ultimately ruining it for everybody else. Because, you know, they create the clickbait, or they just, you know, put whatever up there. I've seen a lot of videos where it's like, why is this monetized? Like, you know, they just go and throw up an album of some sort, and then they monetize it, and then they put like 1 billion ads on it. I'm like, it's not even their content. Why are they even making money off of it? Like, that's not fair. I totally just walked all the way up to the end boss, and I don't have the freaking candle, and he's gonna kick my butt. Oh well. Stupid horse face guy. Okay. Let's see, how does this guy attack again? Just uses his mace. Although I think I can re-enter the palace and hope I remember what direction I took so I don't take it again. I'm pretty sure that the candle's in here somewhere. Hey! Okay, well, at least I know I went to the right palace this time, because obviously I'm screwing up my east and my west like a moron. I was going, you know, magic, sure. But that means I have to re-enter this palace, because I need the candle. And it's in here somewhere. It's just like in the first Zelda game, where you go into the dungeon and you gotta not only defeat the boss, but you have to find the thing that's in there that's going to help you, the item. Just like the candle. And the candle, I think, is a little bit different in this game than it is in the first one. Like in the first one, the candle was used to burn those bushes. It also would light up a room in the darkness, but your main use of it was to actually burn the bushes to look for secret entrances, and but I don't think that's in this game. I think they kind of took that out. They laid it all out for us. Did I already go this way? Ah, crap. No, I don't think I did. Yikes. That's what I found that was really interesting when I first played this game was, not only do you have to be good at the, you know, figuring things out, like exploration, but you also have to be good at the fighting. And a lot of this game is the fighting. How the heck? Oh, jeez. Almost fell down the lava pit. That would have really sucked. Ah. However, I do have to say, some of these characters are a little hard. Hey, look at that. Experience. Ah. Oh no. And I got nothing. I got nothing. Oh no! No! Ganon! Why do you hate me? Yeah, once you die, you always go back here. Luckily, though, this map is not the biggest map in the world. It's another thing they kind of changed. In Zelda, the first Zelda, if you die in a dungeon, you always pretty much start at that dungeon again. In this one, no matter what, when you die, you lose all those 3 lives, you're right back to the beginning where Zelda is, asleep. go on my quest to get that candle. It's really annoying going in those dungeons and not being able to see anything. Or those, whatever they are, those underground tunnel things. I think I was going in the right direction now. I remember sometimes in the past when I played this game, you can get to the point where you see the item and you just kind of like jump through the bad guy, knowing you're just going to take a ton of hit points or hit loss just to grab the item, and it's like, as long as I get the item, I can get out of there. Once you get the item, who cares? I could die at that point. Ah. So there would be like this hard boss thing, and it would be like throwing everything at you. You just go like, just run through them. Just grab that item, and who cares? You don't have to beat them to get the item, you just have to get to the item. It's not like, you know, the item appears after you kill the guy. It's just sitting there. This is always scary. You cannot stop the tiger's shoes, I'll tell you that much. One gripe I do have to say about this game is the reach. The reach of the sword. In fact, it doesn't even feel like a sword. It feels like a dagger. You die. This guy, the best way to beat him is to jump at him like that. And just turn around and run away. Crud. Hey, it's German Curl. What's happening? Glad you can make it. I know you're in a completely different time zone than me. I have no idea what time it is for you right now. As you can see, I'm happily getting my butt kicked at Zelda 2. Well, I don't think I'm doing too bad. Yay, the candle! I got a candle. Now I have to get out of here. It's the other thing I always hated. You get the item, you just want to get out, but then you have to go all the way back in. Unless you want to kill yourself, you have to suffer going through all this crap again. It's like, come on. Run, 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 don't fall in the lava. These guys are annoying. I think you can kill them, but it takes like 1 billion stabs or something like that. Not worth it. Just keep running. Running, 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 running. Luckily, some of the enemies don't reappear. Ah! Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I'm like totally hurting right now. I need some heart power. It's the other thing I miss about this, like Zelda, you can, in the first Zelda, there's the enemies, when you kill them, some of them drop hearts and then you can heal yourself. It's another thing that doesn't really happen in this one. Ah, right, now it's a block, so you can't go back in there. That tells you got everything that you need out of that palace. To stop wasting your time, don't go in there again. Oh, there's something down here. I don't know if it's a... I think it's a heart. But then I have to go through like a few of these like bridges or something. Some kind of obstacle or... yeah, this crap. These bubbles. Bubbles! What's in these bubbles that kill you? Or knock you off into the cliff? Into the deadly water. Because, you know, for some reason, Link can't swim. Hey, Stonehenge! There we go. So you have to put that butt knocker here. Oh, it's vacancy. I used to do this trick on the game. When you complete a level, it fills up your XP Load a character with 9,000 XP, finish a level, stop the game, and load. Huh. That's a weird trick. Okay, so I'm all fueled up. I'm old enough where the NES was my third system. Oh yeah? That might be true with me. I started off on the Intellivision back in the very early 80s. Oh no, I'm dead! Stupid bubbles. And then I then from the Intellivision I had the well, Commodore 64. It's like a computer, not really a console, but it's a computer, and I played a lot of video games on it. And then I eventually got the what did I get after that? I think I got my, can't remember if I got the Nintendo first. I think I got the Atari 2600 first, the Junior, and then I got my Nintendo after that. German Curl is asking, what's actually my favorite Zelda? That's a tough one. I think I still prefer the first one. I got so many memories with it. I remember going over to my friend's house when I didn't even own a Nintendo and he had it. He had that shiny gold cartridge, and I was like, that looks cool. And he showed me the game for a bit, and I've never seen a game like it before, and I was totally stoked. I was like, I gotta try that game. But most of the time when I was at his house, we ended up just playing Super Mario Brothers, which also I was really, you know, really wanted me to get a Nintendo just because of Super Mario Brothers. But Zelda was always really exciting to me. And then later on, a few of my friends ended up getting Dragon Warrior, which I also thought was cool. I hate these guys. First, so Die Hard Gamer Bros is saying that the NES was his third as well. First was the Pong console, then the Atari 2600. Yeah, you know you're old school when you can say the first system I had was Pong. That is true. The thing about the Pong systems is there was a ton of clone systems. Like Atari had the obviously Pong, but I mean it was like replicated in so many different systems. In fact, the one system I have, crap, I forgot the name of it now. It doesn't have Pong anywhere in the name of it, but I hate these bats. I hate these bats. Jerk. Well, I actually did a video on it. If you go through my video list, you'll find it in there. It's like Watch Me Pong or something like that, and I kind of show it off and I plug it in and I play, I attempt to play some Pong, but, you know, by myself. I don't have anybody here to help me demonstrate, so I was kind of playing by myself, which was really awkward to hold two Pong paddles and try and play Pong with me. But, I mean, I think my main objective was just show it off. Show off the console itself. Getting my butt whooped again. I hate you guys. They're definitely worse in this game than they are in the first Zelda, for sure. Oh look, we have Video Game Lover 58. How's it going? Thanks for joining in the chat. If anybody hasn't subscribed yet, hopefully you hit that subscribe button. I'm working my way towards 600 subscribers, which is really exciting. I think when I checked I was at like 591 or something, I don't know. Ooh, fairy! Yeah. So now I seem like I'm heading back to the palace that I tried earlier. wonder what's in this palace. I can't remember. Come on, fairy, fairy, fairy. No. How many men do I have? 2? No. I keep getting these magic things and I don't need them. Bacon Creepy is asking, do I ever play any modern games? 7 Days, Sea of Thieves, or anything? Not too much. I'm not really a modern gamer. I am like your typical old school retro guy, stuck in the 80s. I do have a Wii. I can't say I don't have any of them. I do have a Wii, but I mean the games I have on the Wii, like I really just bought it for the Wii Sports. Am I going the wrong way? And I got games like Back to the Future, the game, which is more like a, you know, more like a story type of game. And I also have like, you know, Super Mario Brothers Wii, whatever it was, the Mario game that came out for it. So a lot of the retro stuff I end up having on my my modern consoles, if you want to say it that. I would say my most modern systems are like the Wii and the PlayStation 2, which really isn't that modern, if you think about it. I do have a Nintendo 64, and I'm not too good at the games on it. I've got a few games on it. I don't have a lot. I didn't spend a lot of time collecting for it. I bought my Nintendo 64 pretty late in the game, when I really didn't even think I was even going to buy a Nintendo 64. Oh, shoot. I thought, you know, it's too modern for me, that the three-dimensional games just didn't jive with me. But then, one day I was just kind of at the store and I saw one. It was actually the Pokemon Stadium version. And it had, you know, the Pokemon stuff all over it, and it came with a Pokemon card and everything. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And it came with Pokemon Stadium. And so I bought that one. And I ended up, whoa. I think that was the one that came with Pokemon. Yeah, that's the one that's Pokemon Stadium. But yeah, I definitely bought it for that reason, and then I ended up playing a few. I ended up getting the Zelda Ocarina of Time, which I was pretty terrible at when I first tried it. And it took me a while to even get anywhere. And I remember I spent one summer just playing it. I think it was the one summer where I was actually unemployed. I was like literally in between jobs. I had nothing to do. And I thought, I'm going to try Zelda on the N64. And so I just was like spending every day just playing it and playing it and playing it. And I got far, but I didn't complete it. Of course, I was still also very curious about the Zelda game that came out for the Wii, but I never tried it. I just was never too brave, I guess, to try it. I just assume I'm not going to like it, or I'm not going to get at it. And I think I'm just one of those people that just, would rather play the originals. Now, that being said, there is a few, what's in here? Ooh, there. There is a few of the Game Boy, what was it? I have the Game Boy Adventure, what is it? The Adventure of Link? The first one that came out on Game Boy. I have that, and I did complete that game. That was a long time ago, though. But I know that a few more came out. Oh, cool. I just stumbled upon that. I know a few of the other ones came out for the, what was the Game Boy that came out after the Advance? Is that the one that had the other Game Boy, the Zelda game? There's there's like the Minish Cap or something like that. I never played those. Where should I go? Gotta get the hammer so I can break that. Maybe that's what's in the pallet. Ah. These things are so hard when you can't do the different stabs, when you can't stab up or down. They're really difficult. I don't need it. Well, maybe I do. Just gonna try this palace again. Getting the enemies in the mud is always the worst, or tar, or whatever this is. Same thing with PC games too. I mean, I've never really been a PC gamer. I did probably in the earlier days when we first got our PC in a sense, you know, back in the Windows 95 days. I played, you know, the odd one. Had a couple of pinball games that I liked. That was my first experience with Mortal Kombat 2. I had it on my computer. I had the DOS version. And even Magic the Gathering. The first Magic the Gathering card game, video game that came out, was on the PC. Dang it. I was so excited when that came out too. Because I loved playing Magic cards with my friend, and you know, this game came out and you can actually play against the computer. And I was always waiting for something like that to happen. And then it also had an online version where you can play online with people. It was so cool. Like, you could build your decks. It had a, what do you call it, the sealed deck tournaments. You can actually, it would just randomly give you cards and you could build the decks, go face people. It was so cool. Kind of miss playing that one. And it was the old cards. So if you know anything about Magic, if you ever played Magic the Gathering, you know, like, the old cards were completely different than the new ones of today, obviously. Retro Gaming Dev, what's happening, man? Glad you can come in and watch me fail at Zelda. Bacon's like, oh, I'll rock you up with some bloodlusted sprint sprites. I remember those guys. They're like a 1-1... What are they, 1-1 flyers for 1 mana? Or something like that? Were they flyers? I can't remember. Weenie Green decks. Built a lot of those in my time. I was never the uber competitive Magic player. I'm the creative player. I like to come up with wacky decks, wacky combos, wacky themes. You know, any way I can come up with a deck that would just completely alter the way you play the game or mess with the opponent. My friend always had a challenge playing against me because he never knew what kind of deck I was going to play. I didn't really do the standard. I mean, when you play card games, you can pretty much just look at what the champions play and mimic their decks. And that's what's like any card games. Same thing with Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, any of those card games where you can play them competitively. You can look at what other people do. You could look up online, see what the more powerful decks are, and just replicate them. Or you could just be creative and just build your own. And that was the way I always played Magic, so. You're saying 1-1 green flyer, blood... What's that 1-1 red colors? Oh, Bloodlust! Okay, yeah, Bloodlust, yeah, that's right. Great spell. Ah. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, black decks were pretty good too. Play with those Hypnotic Specters and singer vampires. Just beat down. I usually ended up with some weird deck where I was doing a whole bunch of weird combos, and oftentimes my opponent wouldn't know what the hell I was doing until I would, you know, pull off some kind of weird combo and win. I think I had a lot of fun playing the PC Magic the Gathering. I still have the disc, I believe. It also had a RPG element to it as well, where you can go in this campaign and you wander around a map and you go and you face people and you find cards and you build decks. It was a really good game, really cool. I think because it's such an older game, it was like either Windows 95 or 98 or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, there's probably a way to get it to work on a modern computer, but I do have some old computers in my basement, but I think I'm missing a lot of the wires and stuff to try and connect it. Did I have the Magic the Gathering PS1? No, I didn't. I have the PlayStation one, the old one. That one was different too. It wasn't really a card game though. It was like a real-time, like you actually, like the cards were there, but you weren't actually playing the cards. Like essentially, it was like you summoned it and then it showed up on the screen. Like if you played like a Sarah Angel, the Sarah Angel would actually appear and be flying there, and then you would send the Sarah Angel off to attack. It was more of a battle game. Not very good. I mean, I got hooked on it for a little while, but it's so much different than... I did get into Magic Online for a bit. Die-Hard Gamer Bros has to get going. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed me watching me play Zelda. Or try to play Zelda anyways. But yeah, I ended up playing Magic Online for a bit when they first introduced it, and I got to a point where I was like, you know, I can't be doing this, because at that time, I was actually... Ooh, I could actually use that. I was actually still physically playing the card game, so I was buying the cards, plus I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! So I was buying those cards too. I always liked Yu-Gi-Oh! Because of the simplicity of the game. And so I was buying those cards, plus I still played a lot of other different card games. I like collecting a lot of card games. If you watch any of my previous videos, you'll notice that I got a lot of different card game videos, like the SimCity card game, which is actually based on the video game SimCity. I got one on the X-Files, CCG, which I don't think a lot of people realize even existed. What else did I do? I did the Star Wars CCG, the first Star Wars CCG. The Simpsons. Actually, I did the Simpsons and Looney Tunes CCG in one video. That's going way back to when I first started doing videos. Oh, German Curl saying he used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! On the PS1. I know there was, like, I have one of them too, where it's like, it's almost like a card game, but it's not the actual card game, and it's more about fusing monsters. And you have to know what monsters go together to fuse to make better monsters, and it's really stupid. I really hated it. Like, when I got that, I actually thought it was more like real Yu-Gi-Oh! And it wasn't. It's nothing like it. The only thing good out of it was you got 3 cards with it. And if I remember, the cards sucked. Am I going the wrong way? I am going the wrong way, aren't I? I already got the key. Why am I going this way? That was dumb. Uh-oh. I'm dying! Yeah, I used to be totally into the show, too. How about the Star Trek Next Generation No, I do remember when Star Trek cards were being sold. But at the time I was buying Star Wars. I was buying the Star Wars card game. I just thought that that game was a little bit more fun. And I heard that the Star Trek game is a little bit difficult. Ouch. In fact, I remember a few years back, I kind of got back into the Star Wars card games. And I got one of my friends who I always played Yu-Gi-Oh! With. I introduced the game to him, and he really liked it. And I started, I built the decks, I taught him how to play it. Unfortunately, a lot of my cards, like, as many as I did buy up when, they were still for sale, because you can't buy them anymore, there wasn't a lot of the good cards to actually build decent decks, so I started going online, and there's still an active online community for the Star Wars CCG, the original one, and they're actually, like, designing cards still, where you print them off, and then you put them in card sleeves. And they've modified the rules and all the other stuff. And so it got me thinking, well, that's true. I can just print off the old cards and just, still play the game. Even though I don't have the originals, it's like, who cares? I mean, the game's dead. They're not making it anymore. So, big deal. I just print them off and just play with the printouts. So that's what I did. I started printing off the Darth Vaders and, all the good cards and built some pretty decent decks. And the only gripe I had with the Star Wars game, and actually, I think I mentioned that in the video I made too, is that it does take a long time to play a single game, and it takes a lot of table space. You really have to have a big table. Like when we were playing it at the card shop, where the Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournaments were always being held. And they had like a lot of big tables, so we'd be able to like, stretch out. But because the game took so long, we would be like almost a half an hour in on the same game, maybe even 40 minutes in, and it'd be like, time to pack up and go. And we still wouldn't be, anywhere. Oops. You kind of get to that. It's kind of like, in a sense, with when you play chess. You get to a point where you're just kind of chasing each other around the board. That's where it kind of got to the. Once you set up, you get all your locations out and stuff. You get all your characters out. It's just moving around and trying to like overpower the other player. Because you can't deck out in the game. Like the way the game works, there's no deck out kind of thing. So with Magic, if the game goes on long enough, eventually you deck out, right? Someone decks out. Yeah, Retro Gaming Dev is talking about how there's so many great games that are out there, card games out there. It's true. Actually, I still have another video that I haven't launched yet. I recorded it about a couple weeks ago, maybe? I don't know. Lost track. I don't know if it matters. If I get that. And it's called, it's a collectible card game called Doomtown. And I remember I started buying them up because a very long time ago I was actually working in a comic book store. A guy I knew who ran the store, I used to go there playing cards. Actually, he played Harry Potter. He taught me the Harry Potter card games. And that's actually another one I did a video on too. And in his store, I used to go there a lot and play various card games. And I remember seeing the Doomtown cards. And I had no idea what they were at first. But I did realize that it was like a cowboy type of setting. And that was like, enough to sell me. Because I really like card games. So I'm like, I like card games. I like westerns. So hey, why not? Oh, crap. I thought I still had one more man. Dang it! Oh well. Okay, well, I can save this and continue on later. Anyways, Thanks for tuning in, listening to me ramble on about random stuff. I hope everybody had some fun. I don't know when I'm going to do my next live cast. Tomorrow I'm going to be launching my next video. I haven't decided which one yet. It's either going to be, well, maybe it'll be my amazing games from A to Z. I just recorded that today. So I recorded the F. Sorry, I was blanked out there. F. So it's going to be amazing games from A to Z. I'm going to be doing F. So games that start with F. So that will be probably what I'll upload tomorrow. Or maybe I'll do the Doomtown one, because I still have that one. And I also have another video that I haven't uploaded yet. It's it's the flick picks on a movie that I like a lot called UHF. So hopefully I can do that again. Anyways, oh, Green Lantern just jumped in and right at the end. That sucks. Well, at least with YouTube, you can always go back and rewatch it. That's the good thing about YouTube. But yeah, it's getting a little bit late for me. It's like 10:15 almost, and past my bedtime because I gotta get up for work. Yay, work. Anyways, thanks guys for coming in. It was a pleasure. I had a lot of fun, and I felt like I was actually getting somewhere. So hopefully next time I can get a little further if I remember. And yeah, we'll see where we can go. It's been a shorter stream today, but it was a lot of fun. Thanks for tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm hoping to get up to that 600. That would just be awesome. Anyways, talk to you guys later.